Hello gang, this is Special Agent D.D. DeVere, playing Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. So let's dive on in and have a look, shall we? You don't get a lot of options. There is a key binding option outside of the game. But inside, some basic camera stuff. If you want widescreen resolutions and big extra resolutions, you'll need to download a patch for it, a third-party patch. There's nothing else you can do here. You can also do a few adjustments before you start the game. Change your character, for example, to give him some bonuses and such like, but I'm playing just vanilla, so to speak. And it's a little bit of a cumbersome interface. It's not mouse driven, you have to use your keyboard. As you see, E for selecting, R for back. So I'll start a new game, and I'm going to use the magic of video editing to kind of shorten things. Okie dokie. So yes, we are Special Agent York Morgan. Washington State FBI agent sent to investigate the murder of a young town girl. Strange dreamlike world with lots of red. Might be ringing a few bells, perhaps.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It will start soon.
It's about time to get started.
Sure, that's one way of looking at it, but it's totally wrong. Listen, they both need each other. It's called interdependency, and they both know it. Yeah, I know. He does terrible things to Tom. Nasty, even sadistic things. But that's fine, as long as that's what Tom wants. Think about it. His actions. He's always asking for it. It's his partner's job to fulfill that need, and Jerry knows that. Proof? Well, in the Tom and Jerry show, they live with each other. Hello? Hello?
I can't believe the Bureau still can't get me a satellite phone.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
Well, I'll be a happy camper, even if it ends up being a waste of time. At the very least, it'll get me out of the cramped city for a while. Right, Zach? The perpetrator from the last case really was something. Who'd have thought there'd be razors laced into her nails? Crazy. Just crazy. At least I now have a scar to show off. See this? I got this when I arrested the Catwoman wannabe. Women. They're crazy. Don't you agree, Zach?
The monkey sounding squirrels there. Oh well. The sound effect libraries can be expensive, I guess. Yeah, of course. What could be wrong with sparking a naked flame and smoking a cigarette next to a car crash with its petrol tank spilling everywhere? 100% safe.
Zach, there goes the civilized world.
Right, so this is more of a tutorial than anything else. You can shoot things and smash things. As you see, there's lots of money to collect. Let's see what was back here. There's obviously something. Might as well take that. This part just really acts as a tutorial to get you into the combat. So yes, we are FBI. It's just like your inventory system. We're an FBI special agent. Let's see. So just a cumbersome interface. But of course we don't have much at the moment. We've only just started. Sent out to investigate the murder of Anna Graham. It's hard. It's a survival horror, really. We have a lot of detective and supernatural elements thrown in. And lots of story and cutscenes.
Looks like we're being welcomed. Zach, I'll let you handle the meet and greet.
So yes, Zach is his imaginary partner. Or maybe he's the imaginary one. So you've probably noticed in the first thing is the graphics. Although the game originally came out in 2010, I believe it was for consoles originally and then got ported to the PC. It's, yeah, not the best looking thing. We'll just power through this bit here. As I say, this is really more of a or just your tutorial. I am playing on the mouse and keyboard, but it does have controller support. A lot of people have problems with the controller as well. And one of the first things you might notice, one of the many issues with this game, if I pull to my gun, it seems very limited on the traverse and elevation. Well, that's quite a nasty bug that a lot of people get caught with. There's several ways that might fix it. One of them is to Alt-Tab, another is to use DP Fixer. Which allows you to run it outside of full screen mode, sometimes fixes it, sometimes doesn't. So yes, that's one of the things we'll talk about later, is the issues this game has. also gather clues during each of these investigation type scenes, as you see there. So no, thank you. So you see you can actually lock on to things there, which makes it a little bit easier. So just shove it straight to the toolbox. Moving straight to toolbox or into your inventory, because you can only carry a limited amount of stuff. There are areas later on when you need to free aim, so you'll need to fix it. Using, should I say, try and alt tab works for me. Some people don't get that lucky. Plus also you can't pull for headshots if you use that. If you use the lock on. Because as you see, killing enemies gets you bonus cash. Headshots get bonus cash on top of that. And this game likes to give you money. There's no two ways about it. It's one thing you will never run out of in this game is cash. So yes, these little kind of flash scenes of him criminally profiling an investigation or a scene.
I've been through a lot of crazy situations, but that one takes the cake.
It's the first time I've been attacked so directly. Zach, can you give me a logical explanation about what that was?
Yes, you
Never mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
Phones are your save points. Let's take that. So answer just to shut it up. So yes, it's just some of the cumbersome and cutscenes. Slightly cumbersome control issues do let this game down a tad. Oh yeah, you've got to give explosions a few moments to cool down before you go near them, well. And of course you can smash things up to see if it's got any goodies in it. Well, I say goodies, it'll be money. Which way was it? That's it. See, I really want to shoot the barrel behind him.
Amazing.
Just even with this, it's without locking on. There's a strange locking on. It's very showing its console roots. But yeah, so graphically, even though the game is 2010, it does look relatively old. I mean, it's not terrible looking, but it's certainly not great. I think that's fair to say. This way, that's it. Oh, now since the arrow's popped up, I'm going to shoot my barrel. Move. That's it. Oh, it didn't make a difference anyway. Oh well.
Amazing. Nice shot.
So it's just instinct to go for the headshots. But yeah, money is not something you'll need. This game rewards you with money for just about everything. You get money for saving. Word. There we go.
Nice shot. Great.
See them little token things here. They're all over the place. There's collectibles you can find. Yeah, forever with that. It's just a steel pipe. Funny enough, you can actually move around normally, lock onto things. With melee, it's just the pistols and firearms that are a problem. So yes, as I said, this is very much a story-based, narrative-based game. So that... It'd be nice if we just put things straight into your inventory without go for that every time.
Yes, great.
that through the game, the enemies do get a bit tougher, and there are a few different types within the game, but not a massive amount of variety. Got here. Let's just our inventory. Where did that one come from? So yes, you'll also notice your standard pistol. Which way was it? Standard pistol has limitless ammunition, and that's probably another fair criticism of this game, is just how easy it is. I know it's supposed to be more story based, but you do get a lot of combat like this throughout the game. I'll move. Yeah, there's not much in the way of puzzles or anything, but there are some mini games later on in the game. So yes, basically, of course, we've just recently had the conclusion to Twin Peaks Series 3. As I say, by now, a strange FBI agent, Washington State, murder of a local town girl, deep complex puzzle. It's definitely, this game is definitely inspired to the point it almost riffs on Twin Peaks.
Amazing.
There's plenty of other little memes within the game. Which is what put me in mind of this cult classic. So Twin Peaks itself, season 3. There's an old saying: never date someone if you fancied them for ages. You'll only be disappointed. And I think that's fair to say that applied to Twin Peaks season 3. It really wasn't worth the wait. Well, every so often you'll get these little pits that do constant spawning. I don't think we really need anything here, does it?
Great. Amazing.
As I say, you'll see you get money for everything. I mean, sometimes they'll drop little goodies for you and say you get lots of cash from killing them. As I said, that's one of the criticisms with this game. It's just how easy it all is. Oh, sorry.
Nice shot.
And it's a fair criticism. But, see, yeah, these little moments were constant spawners, but you're never really in any real danger from these. Come on up. That's it. See, it still feels like it's kind of locking on, even though I'm not using the lock feature. Get that one over there first. There we go. Get through, and you're about to see the other big problem with this game. Again, showing its console roots, quick time events. There are a lot of them with these mini boss fights with that bloke. I think this is the end of this little introductory series. So you've now completed all the clues to finding that scene. And now the game proper starts. Well, nearly starts. As I said, this game does like cutscenes. Does like story.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
Yesterday morning, the milk I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
So now we've just got to go meet the town sheriff. So let's have a quick look at escape from inventory. You see, it's quite a large area. Access your, as I say, it's constantly used using your WASD keys and E and R to navigate. Have a quick look at the maps. So yes, it's very sort of open world. Once you get this first cutscenes out of the way, you can pretty much travel around a lot of places. You also notice lots of little things to pick up and investigate, mini games, like just fishing one there. And it's only a big area as you investigate the murder. So yes, how does this compare to the characters of Twin Peaks? So there's definitely homage to the characters. You'll definitely get a lot of that vibe. But the pot lady is no log lady. That's fair to say. But it's got its own story. But it is definitely very much inspired by Twin Peaks. There's no two ways about it.
Now you were very late. I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all. She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho. Don't want that, do we, Zach?
Welcome to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order. You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my Clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right, don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it. Do you need anything else?
Thanks. That'll be all. Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
So yes, the game is played out in a series of episodes. Each episode has multiple chapters. This is an end of chapter. You can go back and replay parts of chapters as well.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels.
But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee.
So,
Let's
now
head to the cafeteria, Zach.
now
I hope
in-
they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee. Then we can head to the sheriff's office. There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
do like their dialogue. So yes, I mean, you've got things like different clothes you can change into, or you'll have to change into because they get dirty and you have to have a clean of them. You'll also notice, if we go to the menu, you have hunger and tiredness, which obviously you sleep to get rid of the tiredness. There's also little pickups like cups of coffee you can find, which will reduce your tiredness, and you find food to keep your hunger at bay. So let's say it does have little survival elements. There's things like you can go in there and shave, that'll get you money. Saving will get you money. Got one more cutscene, and then the game proper should be going. I don't think there's a way around. I think there's a way to skip it, unfortunately. Yeah, so as I say, graphically it's... Maybe I can. Maybe I can just go straight out. I'll give it a crack.
Let's head to the cafeteria, Zach.
Okay, there
I
we
hope
go.
they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee.
Yes, you've mentioned. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. It's worth looking around and investigating things. You get, well, as I say, you'll get bonus points for it, which also means bonus cash. Not something you need. Let's see if I can skip this cutscene.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan? What is it, Mr. Morgan?
Oh, nothing. I just said that these bacon and eggs are the very best I've ever tasted.
Oh, really? You flatter me again. Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning.
F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails. Now then, let's get going.
Right, we can now play the game, well, near enough. So yeah, these little money things are over the place. Got one more mini cutscene to get through. You can get free coffee there, that's one of the little running jokes within the game. You also get money for drinking coffee. Right, let's blow this place. Of course, this game is open world. Or more free roam rather than direct open world. Yep, lovely jubbly.
A police car.
So we have King George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin. I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values.
Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
Yep, a daisy do. So we can now basically take any police car we find laying around, and that, if you're out of petrol, you can use it to call in another car. So it's even got interior cab views. Again, this is one of the problems. Your mouse doesn't do anything for a while, it then snaps to the side. The driving is not the best in this game. Best to do it from the exterior view like this. So like most free roam games, you can go around, you can meet people, find collectibles. If I bring up the map, you'll notice that the little trading cards are indeed marked around the place. There's little races and so forth and so on. That's what my current mission is, to get to the department. So you'll notice there's time, it gives you times between to do things. You'll also notice down at the bottom there you've got a clock telling you what the time of day is, 10:03. So you can basically get there any time between 0900 and 1700, and that will complete the mission, or will take part wherever the mission is. So yes, the game attempts to do quite a bit, it's fair to say. So as we said, the first biggest problem is just how easy everything is. This game is not challenging. You'll get money for everything. You'll rarely need to actually eat much of the food you find. even less when you have to buy any. There's so much of it laying round. Same with bullets. Eventually some little side quests will pop up after you get the game started properly. And that will reward you with money, and you'll get sometimes guns, which also there's different firearms, but there's special guns you can collect as mission bonuses, and they don't need any ammunition. As I said, your own primary firearm, the pistol, doesn't need any bullets. So you just end up with all this money, and you never have any reason for it. And even here I could probably do this race with the starting car, because later on you'll get your own car back. Let's just do a quick race and have a look. This will reward me with money and a card, which gives me money. Yeah, the combat, as I say, those ones we saw earlier on, they're kind of... Most of your enemies in the game are that. The boss fights are mostly the awful quick time events that we get with console games. And yeah, that's... I mean, you're more playing this for the story than anything else. Rather than the combat. I mean, it's there. And also, because it's so easy, there are a few different enemy types right towards the end of the game, but they're not still that much more challenging, because you say you will play most of the game with just your pistol. In fact, you could quite easily complete the game with your pistol until the very final boss fight. So yeah, it's broken down into a series of various chapters and episodes. Oops, that's poor controlling. Well, these cars are not exactly life, that's for sure. So this is the bog starting standard car. And uh-oh, that's the wrong checkpoint. That'll teach me not to pay attention to the map there. That's where the next mission is. Which way we gotta go? Up there. I thought it was turning that little driveway there. Not a problem, not a problem. Yeah, so the other big issue, as I say, I've mentioned briefly, there's a slightly cumbersome interface, which is not the sveltest thing. The targeting bug, where you'll have to start trying to alt-tab or maybe download DP Fixer. Oh, what the... I'm so busy watching that idiot, I didn't see the... So if I'm something bizarre, sometimes you can drive over curbs and that, and sometimes you can't. You'll just come to a straight halt. But yes, the biggest problem is just the amount of technical issues you will get with this game. It is more bugs than an anthill nest, it really is. I think this is it. See? Easily completed. I can run around and collect a card and all the cash for it, but probably won't bother now. So yes, there is a lot of issues with this game. The Steam forums are filled with people. Some fixes will work for some people, not for others. Save often, and also you'll need to actually back up your save, because it can also corrupt the actual physical save file. So you would need to actually physically go onto your hard drive, find where the save file is, and copy it somewhere every so often, if you don't want to go back and restart the entire game. Which is a great shame, as I say, because overall you can sort of try and do a lot. You know, you've got fuel in your car, damage on your car. In fact, fueling your car is probably about the only thing you'll do regularly. You spend your money on. You can basically free roam. You can go start trying to meet people now, or you can follow the stories. Then, of course, you'll get little mini side quests, of course. So let's see. Go in there and we can meet people, but I won't do that now because we'll have to go through all the cutscenes. This is a very narrative-driven game, and you know, it is fairly decent. The characters, for the most part, are very well voice acted, plenty of voice acting, plenty of story. So the combat, as you've seen, a little bit dire. You could go in there now and do all the mini missions, but we'll conclude our dealings shortly. You've had a good look at what Twin Peaks Deadly Premonition is. As I say, it was because of the recent conclusion of Twin Peaks Season 3 that put me in the mood to play it. As there's probably more of a Twin Peaks vibe here than there was in Season 3, because, yeah, very, very disappointed. Like a lot of people I know who are Twin Peaks fans are as well. Maybe you saw it yourself if you're a fan of Twin Peaks. It'd be great to hear what others think in the comments about Season 3. But I just thought it's utter waste of great characters. And complete with a whole load of new nobodies. Yeah, very disappointed in that. As I said earlier on, the old saying, never date someone you've fancied for a long time. Never watch series you've waited on for 25 years. I think it also applies. But yeah, so if you can live with the less than stellar graphics, there's somewhat occasionally cumbersome controls, the fact you might have to constantly alt-tab to actually target enemies properly, or you might not, and to say the sheer amount of technical bugs you'll get in this game. But yeah, I did say the cars are rather wacky, with a little life of their own sometimes. They like to go spinning over. I'm sure there's a card I can collect down here. But it's got a pretty good story, excellent voice acting, lots of it. There's plenty of game in here, and I've actually played this a few times through its conclusion. You can also slightly change things. There's things you pick up from side missions you can use to...
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
I know I'm supposed to... This is the other downside of it being a console port. It keeps trying to tell you what to do every 5 seconds to remind you, in case it thinks you're too stupid to remember what you're actually doing. I don't think some of the console players put up with that drivel. Every console port is exactly the same. Constantly, ooh, we've got to do this. I know what I've got to do. Thank you. I have a working memory. So do most video gamers. In fact, video gaming actually is one of the better things you can do for your memory. For some reason, console developers don't trust their audience. Sorry, that's just a personal gripe of mine. It's always wound me up with this constantly, yeah, we've got to do this, you've got to go there. Yeah, I mean, you say you can go around and try and meet people, as you see there's little things to find. So there's a lot of game here. But as I say, make sure you back up your physical save file often. Be prepared to try about 10 different fixes, and it may work, it may not. For example, there's a very regular bug. There's a mission later on, you'll have to have a meeting at a diner with someone, and that crashes for most people. And the way to get round it, if you go to our items, you might have noticed our friend Zach here, or York, is a smoker, is to go into the cafe, then use a cigarette, because they basically act as though they make time accelerate rapidly. And then when the closing time of the cafe comes out, it will kick you out automatically and play the cutscene. But if you don't do that, the game will just keep crashing. And a lot of people get that bug. And that fixes it for most people. But some people don't even... It doesn't happen. They just have to keep playing and playing and hope it eventually sorts itself. Which I've also had happen with other bugs. So yeah, it's a shame about the technical issues. But plenty of characters... Plenty of little mini side missions, pretty decent main story, excellent voice acting. You can see why this is a bit of a cult classic, really. If you like the Twin Peak vibe, you definitely probably want to give this a try. There's some pop culture references. You can see, like, if I hit E now, he'll start talking and he'll make loads of, oh, what are you doing in here? You're on the wrong side of the road, you fool. So yes, we'll conclude our dealings here. This was Deadly Premonition, a director's cut. Definitely a diamond in the rough, or a flawed gem, whichever way you want to look at it. if you've got a bit of patience and you enjoy a very story-driven game with slightly mediocre combat, then yeah, you definitely want to give this one a try. So anyway, gang, as ever, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know you're alive. So if you do have any insights on Twin Peaks, or Deadly Premonition, or anything else, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. Anyway, I shall see you all next time. Bye now.